Hey everyone, it's Steven at Gutter Pop Comics in Buffalo, New York, 1421 Hertel Avenue. It is about 2 a.m. on Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. So happy new comic book day, everyone. Each week we do a little video where we go through the week's new releases and show off what we've got going on to our regulars and our mail order customers. We update our website, gutterpopcomics.com, about a week after we post this video. And we do that so that our regulars and the folks who follow us on social media get first dibs at whatever we are showing off. So all of our new product, which is to say all of these thousands of comic books and graphic novels, are available at gutterpopcomics.com. This week we've got a couple quick announcements. Alison Bechdel will be speaking tonight. I will have a link in the show notes. If you are someone who is interested in our complete, like the single issues that we get each week, I highly recommend you go to our Instagram or our Facebook, and in the stories section, we will post all of like the like everything we get in. So that is currently the best way to keep up with that. But so yeah, Alison Bechdel, the 16th. Go see Patton Oswalt on the on Saturday the 19th. We restocked his very funny MODOK comic that he helped make, and yeah, we'd reached out to him about checking out this shop, and he was very nice about replying. And yeah, his foot is all messed up, so make sure to get tickets if you. I think tickets are still available. I think it was very close to being sold out. It was just a couple days ago. But yeah, so go see him on the 16th. I'll have links in the show notes. And then also the Miss Marvel trailer came out yesterday/today. And so we still have 2 of these limited Jen Bartel prints. Quick little story. When the pandemic first started happening, Jen reached out to a bunch of comic shops and put together like a little packages of stuff for free, like maybe a couple $100, $500 worth of product for us to sell to try and make a little bit of money. She didn't have to do that, but she's awesome. So yeah, we somehow still have 2 of those left over. We don't have much left over from the stuff she sent us back at the beginning of the pandemic, but yeah, come scoop those up. We'll get into the video. I think that's everything we've got for the announcements this week. All right, thanks so much, y'all. All right, for small press comics, we've got Hellphone by Benji Nate. I'm a big fan of hers. I really love her comic Catboy. So this one looks pretty dark. It's got maybe some moitas. Some straight up murder in this thing. Some straight up Jane Does. So I'm managing to skip just magically all the gore, all the plot spoiler stuff, but got to show off the super good cartooning. So this is book 1. Sissy and Lola are best friends, next door neighbors, and now murder solvers. I need to keep track if I'm getting a Silver Sprocket book in every video. They are a wonderful publisher, and I'm so impressed at how often I get to talk about the stuff they publish. I actually got to read this. So this came out last year, I believe, but and it got by me, which is shameful because I'm a big Dustin Harbin fan. We have an original drawing of his in the shop, framed in the shop, and yeah, Peter from The Beguiling in Toronto let me know about this, and we ordered a couple copies, and I was very moved by it. I just thought it was like really beautiful, We got a little tour through Dustin's brain and his insecurities and like what's going on, and it's all like just beautifully drawn stuff. So really beautifully printed. Yeah, super good. This is another one we probably should have gotten a little earlier. I think I goofed and gave them the wrong. I think I gave them our old address, or maybe it was shipped to our old address. This is published by Bulgahan Press, but this just looks amazing. So I haven't read this one yet, but it's got like this really great, so it's like risograph printed, but it's got this really great style to it. I don't know, is it a put down to say if something is like Paul Pope? It's got like some Paul Pope energy. I hope that's not like a negative thing at this point. Just in the drawing. Wow. That rocks. Yeah, beautiful. So psyched to have those. And so from the same publisher, we've got Threshold. Oh, there's like some cool vellum. It's like this transparency. This is really beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Kathy G. Johnson's like pencil or like graphite work a little bit. Kind of, I can't pronounce the person's name, but the person who does Generous Bosom, which I will be talking about shortly. But yeah, that looks really awesome. I can't wait to read that. So this is pretty cool. Ariel Bordeaux is like a very awesome underground independent cartoonist who's been around for a while. Maybe most known for their, they had a comic called Deep Girl, and they've also done, I think they have like a, what's the other one? No Love Lost, but this one's pretty heavy, so it's a scatterbrain sexual assault memoir. So, I mean, it is pretty in your face. I'm a little nervous to flip through it. I mean, it's basically like her dealing with the trauma of a sexual assault, and yeah, it's really beautiful and bold, and you know, very grateful when people can open up and share experiences like this. So I know it's really helpful to the rest of us. So that's pretty amazing, and we've got. This is published by Field Mouse Press, which is like a new nonprofit publishing arm from the folks who do the Solrad. Sorry, I'm just spacing. Blog. So check that out if you're unfamiliar. Solrad. It's like comics journalism, and they also do a bunch of. They like have comics, like web comics on there too. So we got a couple copies of this ultrasound zine from Secret Headquarters. So this is like a companion piece to a bunch of, just like a cool little zine featuring artwork from the movie that is coming out called Ultrasound, which is based on I just grabbed Generous Bosom. So I believe this is going to be collected, maybe retitled. These were originally, I want to say, maybe Connor originally self-published like the first volume. I have like a saddle stitch version, but Breakdown Press has been like publishing these. And so we've got these in stock, but they're really beautiful. I love the like change in palette to reflect like lighting. This is like a scene at night. This is the final volume, which is pretty hard to get. Like, they did not publish as many copies of this because they knew that the collected edition was coming out. So really, really beautiful, amazing stuff, but cool to get some copies of that in. Fantastic Illustrated, the comic art technique of Paul Davidson. This is really amazing. I don't know, whoops. The camera can really pick up. So we're getting like a lot of like photostat, like, you know, like it's like you see a lot of the grit or the like the original like process stuff. So I don't know how well that's showing up, but it's like they're not like, yeah, like we're seeing like pencils and then like inked, you know, it's like not the finished. Yeah, so then we see like the Copic markers added. But yeah, really cool art, like just a cool illustration book. This guy does just super detailed, like, you know, like kind of heavy metal influenced artwork, and it's really just cool seeing it all. Nice. I love that like weird chocobo, Braun the Brave. Yeah, I don't know that character, but really amazing. So yeah, really psyched to get that in stock. I've got some more small press stuff, I think, or no, actually I'm going to break up the video to just talk about this next little bit on its own. So let's transition, shall we? All right, for single weekly comics, we won't be going through everything we got in. I would recommend going to our Instagram or Facebook, and in the stories section, we will have a pretty complete listing of everything we got in this week. So I just want to highlight this. We have these fully in stock, and this is the best thing going in just like comics. So like, what's the furthest place from here? Number 5. There's at least one more issue. You got to get this. We've got all the issues in stock. It rocks. It's so good. Get it. Tyler's drawing his ass off. It's so weird and creative. Can't beat it. So in these videos, normally I just try and highlight a couple issue 1s or places to jump in, comics of note. So we've got Slumber, Tyler Smith, Vanessa Cardinale, Simon Robbins. So this looks pretty cool. Oh man, I gotta watch my camera. I could just not say stuff like that. I could just subtly move it into frame. Yeah, I like this like violent, cartoony vibe. Yeah, that looks like creative and weird. Slumber, number 1. So yeah, I'm gonna read that. Beyond the Beyond. The title like that, I feel like this is like, no, I'm thinking of like an old JRPG, aren't I? Beyond the Beyond. Isn't it someone, right? That's like an old, that's like a PS1 joint. Nice. This looks like cool sci-fi trappings. I meant to put this with the small press stuff, but you know it comes from our from the Diamond distributor, like the people who give us all that. So we were just looking at. So yeah, these are extremely funny. They're like remixed, like, you know, they're like old comics that that they like, you know, cut up and put funny, you know, like redo the speech balloons. They're very funny. We've got a bunch of these. You got to get these. These are hilarious. Steve Aylett's Hyper Thick. And a couple other comics of note. Damn, dude, they put the Watcher on trial. So that's a big thing that's happening in the Marvel universe. We got Batman and Superman doing a big thing together. So that's kind of like a good jumping on point. Batman and Superman, world's finest. Promises to be a heck of a time. We got the final issue of Soul Plumber. DC's DC Horror presents Soul Plumber. And this has been a big hit for us, but yeah, so if you've got comics on hold, this is the last one, so you can come get all your stuff now. So all set. We got this Spawn homage thing, riffing on some old X-Men thing. So that's a cover that I'm sure we'll sell a bunch of. And then we got like Carnage #1. I wasn't going to open this one up, but let's see what's going on with our man Cletus. See if it's, I don't actually know, I assume it's Cletus. I know they've done a couple different Carnages. Dang. Some True Detective stuff. Okay, maybe this is the other guy. No, it's bonded to serial killer Cletus Cassidy. Physical body. Da, 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 da. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe there's not another Carnage. Ugh. Wild. All right, but yeah. So check out our Instagram or Facebook if you want to see all of the comics that we got this week. All right, thank you. All right, for our genre comics, horror, fantasy, superhero, sci-fi, crime, shooting, stabbing, punching, swamping. We've got the third and I believe final volume of this Absolute Swamp Thing. The production on these things are intense and wonderful. This is one of the all-time great comic books, now collected in some sort of absolute edition. But yeah, you got to get these in some format or another. Just get them. Get the trades, get the comics, get these hardcovers. They're just the best. If you're interested, it does like a little, I mean, it really doesn't have much or anything to do with the DC Comics stuff. It really is more of like a body horror, identity horror kind of a comic. And it's beautifully drawn and twisted and weird. And don't start with this one. Start with volume 1. But you can't really go wrong. Any edition. I mean, I have my own personal preferences, but just get it. See if I can bring that light up a little bit. Maybe lateral. 3 volumes for the complete Terror Illustrated Picto Fiction. So these were, these are old reissues or like a combined, promising a new form of adult entertainment. Yeah, EC Comics, Picto Fiction, you got to get it. I thought this was going to be a fun superhero thing, but it's a fun horror joint from Chip Zdarsky and crew. We all love Chip Zdarsky here, and I love all these graphic novels that are coming out from him. And so yeah, it starts out, it's like somebody, sort of like a kick-ass kind of scenario where it's like some regular folks are doing some superheroing, and then they stumble upon some vampirism. But yeah, no, it looks pretty fun and unique. So I missed this. It says 1 through 5, but I didn't actually get to check that out ever. Wasn't even aware of it. So a nice surprise for me. I'm sure a lot of people are anticipating that one. I was reading this as it was coming out. It just something about it caught my eye, and I would like just pick it up, and I thought the art was really, really good. And it's a real bummer. I don't want to give much away, but it's sort of like a, revenge thriller kind of a joint. And yeah, really, really brutal, impactful scenes. So Rick Remender is a really great writer who does a lot of disturbing stuff. And this cartoonist, they were new to me. Let's take a look. So I was really blown away by the artist and the colorist. And you know what? The letterer, really great. Oh man, yeah, this scene was rough. It was super good. Yeah, you know what? I need to stop. But yeah, that's recommended if you're into like kind of grim and gritty. This looked really awesome. Didn't know anything about this one, but we have tons of customers who like kind of high fantasy stuff, and this looks really good. It's got like kind of like this Prince of Persia kind of energy to it. To me, it's got it's kind of video gamey, but holy moly, YA fantasy graphic novel. Dang, I'm putting that in the wrong section. Well, fans for everyone. I guess that's going in 2 videos today. Yeah, I was like, where's the blood? Here it is. So this has been a pretty fun reboot. Again, big fan of Stephanie Phillips' writing. She wrote this along with, no, this is just her and then Josh George. We should always credit artists with writing, though. I mean, it's like, the cartoonists, they're writing when they're deciding how everything is going to look and like, But anyway, this has been a fun reboot. This is like an old relaunch of something. But yeah, they've done a good job with this. Rocks. Probably one of the best or most consistent like fantasy action things going out right now. I always compliment, this is a fun one. Writing and drawing, very good. But this one is very elevated by the colorist. And it just always feels so just like alive or just like so like, I don't know, it just like rocks in a different way. I guess that's my word for tonight. It's just everything's rocking. But I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just like all these like purples and pinks and then like these greens and reds. But it just they really elevate this book. I mean, again, the drawing, very good, writing, very fun, very like just a fun play on sword and sorcery stuff. But yeah, so volume 4, we should have all of those in stock. This was recommended to me. I have not checked it out, but I heard it's pretty cool, like a fun, some sort of horror, just like kind of some sort of horror joint. But I haven't had a chance to read it. I like the art so far. This is kind of my first flip through it. It's got like this, I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but the watercolors look really good, or whatever they're using to approximate. Oh, I like that page on the right a lot. Might be markers. It's probably all digital, Steven, you fool, you moron. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, there might be Copic marker. Like, come on. It's all digi. All right. And then lastly, for our action-y stuff, we've got this. This was like a long-running series that Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Offen did. And to celebrate 20 years, they like revisited the world of it, and so pretty cool if you're a fan of that. That stuff. I was just remarking, I never finished reading all of this stuff, so I think they're also reissuing the complete powers. But it's been a long time, but yeah, it was like there was like a serial killer murdering superheroes, and so it's like these folks, yeah, it was like a fun twist on superhero tropes and genre stuff. All right, so that is that. All right, so not a ton of manga last week, but we got some cool stuff this week. So, content warning. I should have probably started off with that if I'm going to open I said Berserk, but I meant Fist of the North Star. So, one of the most amazing fighting comics of all time. Super violent, really absurd. Power Game of Death. These editions are just stunning and the best version of this comic that we'll probably ever get, unless they ever do like an oversized artist edition, which, you know, man, maybe I'll live long enough to see that. So pretty rad that these are getting made. So very excellent. You know, our timetables get a little mixed up. I think this actually came out last week, but it showed up like the day after the video or something. So I've been reading this. This has been pretty solid. I don't know where to, you know, it's a new series from Rumiko Takahashi, one of the greatest cartoonists of all time. And I don't know how, I'm enjoying it. I don't know where it ranks for me. Like, I mean, I got to keep reading it. The cartooning isn't quite blowing me away like her other stuff does. There were some really fun imaginative sequences in like the first couple volumes. But yeah, I don't know. I got to keep rocking with this one. I mean, I hope, you know, I mean, it still rocks. So that's pretty cool. They reprinted these Battle Angel Alita books as like I don't know how to describe these. They're like double-sized tankobons. So there's going to be 6 of these total. I think we've got a couple of them in stock. We might have some of the hardcovers. Like they released these when the movie came out. They did like these nice deluxe hardcovers. And oh, it's weird. I've read this whole thing before. I don't recognize anything that's going on. But yeah, I remember, this one's like, I have some mixed feelings about this series as a whole, but the drawing is really, really awesome, and there's some great imaginative fight stuff. And I'm struggling to remember anything that I'm looking at. So, but I do believe this is the original, yeah, that's the original stuff. Huh, maybe I never finished it. That happens. Sometimes you read like a ton of manga, like you read like a bunch of, like if I read like 4 of those big hardcovers and, just didn't finish it. Totally possible. So this cartoonist, she's, we keep her stuff in the like more like graphic novel kind of stuff, but she does like these like really amazing slice of life, like autobio comics. She had like a big hit with the first one, My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness. And so I'm always excited to read more of her work. I don't know if I'm pretty much enjoying all of it. There were times, like, I feel like I was like not getting quite the same charge that I was at the very beginning of her stuff, but then that like My Alcoholic Escape from Reality that just came out. Yeah, another dumb thing I did is like I didn't like the My Solo Exchange Diary is like 2 volumes. So actually I need to, when I was like, oh, I was a little let down by this follow-up, it's because I didn't finish it. I just read the first volume. Yeah. So yeah, I got to correct my statement. But yeah, all of her stuff is super good. But yeah, that's the one to start with, is My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness. But yeah, very excited to get this. Not much to say about this one. I gave this one a shot. It was pretty whatever. I couldn't, I don't know if I'll be able to hang in there, but especially when I've got one of these to get to. So I've never read this. This person is like a horror legend or horror manga legend for oh man, I always get it wrong because it's like the drifting classroom, and then there's like the dissolving classroom. Drifting is his book. Dissolving would be like Junji Ito, but so I believe this is like all of his. He's like a late 60s, 70s. Oh wow, beautiful. I just want to take a quick look. What? 2006. Original Japanese edition. That can't be right. Well, you know, maybe I've got it all wrong. This feels like more vintage for sure. Man, what was that book we had? We had this like amazing, it was like The Cat-Eyed Boy. There are times where I'll make the mistake of like, you know, I sold stuff and didn't keep a copy for myself, and then I'll like look it up on eBay or whatever, and then it's like going for hundreds of bucks. And you know, it's like the money is one thing, but then just like I just want to read those things again. I don't know how to keep it. I don't know. I can't keep stuff. I gotta, you know, gotta sell this stuff. Can't keep a copy. Yeah, really amazing looking. I can't wait to read that. Volume 1, Orichi. Awesome. So that is all of the manga that we got in. Make sure to check out, if you're into horror manga, that we have a Shintaro Kago thing this week that I'm not including. It's like an art book. So, all right, that's all the manga we got this week. All right, so I figured this could use its own little section in the video, but we've got these beautiful art books. Well, it's just one art book by Shintaro Kago. Shintaro Kago is a mangaka cartoonist from Japan. And a world-renowned illustrator. Maybe more known for his illustration than his cartooning or his comics, which is too bad. So we've got this very like deluxe slipcase edition that will set you back more money. I don't remember how much more, but I think quite a bit. So I'm going to say like heavy content warning. I'm a big fan of Shintaro Kago's work, but it is very intense and violent often and disgusting. I mean, I feel like, I don't want to ruin anyone's day. So hopefully you can skip ahead or something, but oh wow. So there's already like something weird going on. Oh, it's just stuck together. I thought there was like a weird poster. But, so let's look at a little bit of this. I don't know, I can't explain it. I mean, I just get such a unique feeling from looking at his drawings. I mean, sometimes he definitely goes too far for me, but I've just never really seen. Okay, I get it now. They're formatted on the right, so I might as well just move this to the center. I mean, so it's like it's kind of interesting. I don't know why they did that, but it's like the left is just the title and then like a zoom, like a little detail, like a zoom in. So this might be better. Some of them, like we're getting like a little bit of, or at least from my vantage, it's like a little bit of a moire pattern is happening. But, so yeah, I don't know. It's like, I just can't believe this stuff like quite often. And, this is going to sound a little weird, but there's something like really often like consensual about the violence. Like it doesn't often seem like there's a lot of fear or like look how happy she is to me. I mean, it's not all of it. I mean, there's certainly comics and stuff that I've read that I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, but then I don't know. There's just something about it that keeps me from feeling that there's any like, I don't know, like you could definitely see it's like he's mostly drawing like these women or young girls in some cases, like, you know, all cut up and everything, but it just doesn't feel like misogynistic or, you know, like this just doesn't feel like hateful to me in any way. Like I know that like, I'm sure like we could definitely find some stuff that I can't really defend, but yeah, I just think this stuff is so beautiful and strange, and yeah, I don't know, right? Like that's just such a intense, I don't know, really incredible. So yeah, so very happy to get these in. I figured I would do some things so I didn't have to sandwich it in between some things. So hopefully, if folks don't want to see something like this, they don't have to. But yeah, super psyched to get these. So yeah, moving on. All right, for kids comics, man, I maybe should have shown this one off in the manga section also. This feels like it has a lot of appeal, but it in the marketing it is listed as all ages, recommended for ages 8 to 12, so that's kind of like the middle grade range, but this looks very funny. That drawing of, I mean, amazing. Wow, okay, I'm falling for this weird little creature. Penguin and house. This is pretty rad, like a Kate Bishop Hawkeye collection. This actually collects West Coast Avengers 5 through 10 and the War of the Realms Journey into Mystery arc. So yeah, Marvel's been republishing their comics for like the YA, like middle grade market, and this is a great collection for people interested in the Hawkeye character. And I know that America Chavez, this character, is going to be in the new Doctor Strange movie. So I know this isn't exactly a kid's book, but it does feel like with Doctor Strange coming, I think this would be a good thing. I mean, it's the death of Doctor Strange. Maybe this isn't for kids. Look at that. That's quite a page to open to. So there's more to it than that. I guess that's the most violent thing we're going to see in the whole book. So it's sort of recommended for young adult, teen kind of stuff. I mean, it's going to be about the same level of violence that you would see in like a Marvel movie or something. So that's the warning there. But yeah, for people interested in the Doctor Strange stuff, that might be the way to go. But I'm almost glad we opened to that horrific little page of violence. I'd skimmed through it earlier and I didn't see that. But anyway, these are great. These were originally published in 3 volumes and now they are 1 volume. So if you don't have this already and the young person in your life is an Avatar, you got to get it. These are great. It's really like the best thing until we get like an Avatar season 4 or whatever. So I showed this off in the like adventure, fantasy, sci-fi section, but this is like a kid's kind of a kid's fantasy thing, YA fantasy. So yeah, you know, pretty violent for YA, but or for kids. So I got to really think about. I know YA like lit or like the non-comic stuff gets really insane, but yeah, it looks really cool. So I didn't realize this was like marketed for young adults. Yeah, YA fantasy graphic novel, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. And that yeah, not a ton of stuff for kids or middle grade young adult. So take us to the bridge. No, take us to the end. All right, so that brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Next week, we can check back in with the Blood of the Virgin. Do you remember what happens? I sure don't. And also, dang, I totally missed this graphic novel. It was in a box, and I didn't unpack it all the way. So Pete Milligan and Inaki Miranda. Looks cool. Got to get it in the video, but this should have been in our action, fantasy, sci-fi, what a crime thriller sci-fi section. So buy that. All right, thanks so much, y'all. Take care.